So let's have a look at the upcoming new moon. We've got a new moon in Leo, and it's very close to the moment when we've got the Lion's Gate portal being open, which is on the 8th of the 8th. The Lion Gate portal is when the sun aligns with Sirius, our brightest star. It's pretty much like the new year on the sky for us. This is the moment when we actually get more information through, considering the fact that just the day before the sun is making a sextile with Jupiter. We can actually gain some sort of higher knowledge, more information about where we're going, what we need to do, and how we can shine bright like a star. So this is a time when we can realize where we're going. It's a time to set an intention, plant a seed, to basically decide about what things you want to concentrate on for the next minimum 6 months. It's gonna be a very hectic period. Remember, this is a very fiery energy. It is sextiling Jupiter and sextiling Mars, so obviously this gives us energy. But the questions that you need to ask yourself is where you want to see yourself in 6 months, where you want to shine, what sort of things you want to be doing over the period of next couple of months. This is a time when we should realize where we want to actually be in those next couple of months. So basically, if you want to be seen, if you want to start something, if you have been thinking about becoming working in promotion and media, being more visible out there, being more out there, this is the time to start the period. Also, this is also the time when you have to think about things that are fun. Where are you lacking fun? Where are you lacking self-expression? Where do you hold yourself? Do you stop yourself from actually taking those steps forward? We can actually notice that energy is all about realizing what you want to do, how you want to be seen, and where you are stopping yourself from doing so. So with that energy, we can start new beginnings, more self-expression, we can become more courageous in that area of life. We do want to shine. We will feel much more motivated, much more excited. It is a Leo energy. It's all about being optimistic. It's all about self-growth. It's all about realizing what your path should be like and passing information. So we can see some sort of development over the period of next couple of months, especially with Leo. Leo is people that shine. So we can see some sort of things happening with new celebrities appearing, new leaders in political world. It can be all about children. There might be some sort of change to children education. So we're talking about grammar school or high school. So there might be some sort of changes to that education, considering we've got a sextile with Jupiter and Mars in Gemini, which is all about learning. So there might be some sort of changes. We will probably see the results of this new moon a little bit later on. Why? Because within a couple of hours, we've got Mercury going retrograde. So anything that is happening will be postponed till actually Mercury is moving forward. It can be very much felt. It's happening at 12 degrees. So if you've got planets at 12 degrees, you will feel it the most. People that are born with planets at 12 degrees, let's say in Taurus, Leo, obviously, Aquarius or Scorpio will feel it very strongly. It will be very much like a new beginning in that phase of your life. And Leo's born on the new moon will have a very important new beginning, or several of those during the next couple of months. For other signs like Geminis, Libra, Aries, Sagittarius, this will be a very positive new moon. It will boost your confidence. Please do look at a rising sign rather than a sun sign, because obviously it will give you better results. So we can notice that there are some sort of changes, but also with Leo, it's sport, and we've already heard about those discussions, and Mercury is going retrograde in Virgo. So we've been linking that with health, with competing, with how people compete, who should be allowed, and a lot to do with the sex drive and the sex of a person that is actually taking place during those Olympics and what sort of their DNA actually shows. So we've already been noticing that energy around the world, and it's going to be just going to be more, and we will probably see the results by the end of this year, within 6 months and further down the line. On a positive note, it will be obviously positive to most of us. However, it's all about with Mercury retrograde. You can go back to an old project that you've been thinking about. Maybe go back to an old cooperation or working with somebody that you've been planning to. Maybe you want to reconnect with someone. For all of us, it will be affecting different phases, different places of our life. But let's start with Aries. So for Aries, this is all about the 5th house, with Mercury going retrograde in the 6th house in general. So we will, and it's going to be making a sextile to the 3rd house during the period of time. So it's all about maybe how are you having fun? Are you actually having fun? Maybe utilizing an old hobby and creating that into a business, becoming more creative. Maybe you want to write something. Maybe you want to concentrate on a lot of new things. I am currently writing, I'm an Aries ascendant, so Aries rising sign. So I am in the process of writing several ebooks, and I'm learning. I've actually went back to learning something as well. So this can be like reconnected to an old school, maybe doing something that you've been planning to. Maybe you want to cooperate with somebody on a several project. This can involve some sort of travel during that time, but you will be very busy with emails, with calling, with discussing. It will be all about communication. Maybe you want to reconnect with your inner child, or maybe you want to work on your inner child energy, or you might basically, if you have children, you might start changing your communication towards them. For Tauruses, this is their 4th house energy. It will be linking to your 2nd house because that's where it makes a sextile. Considering the 5th house, you might be thinking about investing in a new project, maybe gaining money from a sale of the property. Maybe you want to implement something that will give you or make you save money in future. You want to basically make your home living better. There might be growth of the family. There might be children appearing in your family. You might invest more energy into growing something. It's all about expansion on a financial or emotional level within the 4th house, which is the family and health. There might be some sort of changes to your safety. You might feel a lot safer. You might basically find a place where you want to be, or you might decide to move to a place that is basically nicer, better, funnier, more with people. For Geminis, this is a new beginning. It will be affecting you quite strongly. Why? Because it's making a sextile to the planets in your sign. The new moon is taking place in the 3rd house, and we will have the Mercury going retro. You will have Mercury going retrograde in your 4th house. So it might be going back, reconnecting with people from the past. Obviously, it might be about new beginnings within work, within starting a business of your own. Maybe it could be about buying a car or purchasing anything, purchasing something with communication, or purchasing a laptop. It might be about becoming more confident in how you speak, more confident in what you say, gaining that confidence through your communication, reconnecting with siblings, maybe gaining a better communication with your neighbors, or becoming a part of a group of people, basically working with people to get some sort of information from them. It's all about maybe reading a book or writing a book. You might be writing something, or you might be spending more time outdoors. For Cancers rising, this is all about the 2nd house and 12th house. So that's what it basically becomes. So you might get more energy with, you might gain another source of income. You might feel more confident. Maybe you will be fighting your inner demons that you have had, and you will basically feel a lot more confident. And as a result of that, you might reconnect with further family from very, very past, or you might be very much interested in your heritage or where you're coming from. But it can also give you cash in hand jobs. It can give you bigger self-worth. You can work with on a subconscious level with your self-worth during that period. You might change your certain beliefs, a set of beliefs. You might realize that you basically from now on are thinking more about yourself. You know, it's me and it's me time rather than anyone else's. You might you might realize that you want to reconnect or rethink how you can utilize your knowledge for the purpose of actually gaining money in future. For Leos, this is a very important time. Bear in mind, those that are born during the new moon will have a significant new moon, new beginnings during the period of the next couple of months. So there will be something happening over the period of your next 12 months. There might be one, there might be several ones, but there's definitely something new coming ahead for you that will be significant. So we're not talking about a new pair of shoes. We're talking about something quite significant that will boost your confidence maybe. So if you were born a day before or a day after, this will be very influential for you. This is a time when you might realize that you have a different path. You might want to work on your body. You might decide to exercise. You might decide to change how you're being looked at. Maybe you want to change some sort of plans or reconnect with people from your family. You might want to think about how you can invest money in a way, reconnect with friendships that you've changed. But it's definitely given you a different goal for your life. So you might change your body, you might work on your body more, you might become more enthusiastic, you might decide who you want in your tribe, you might decide who you want around you, and as a result of that you might cut off a few people and gain new people in their place. But it will definitely boost your confidence and give you plenty of strength for the next couple of months. With Virgos, this is all about your 12th house, but it is connecting to your 10th. So you might be ending a job. You might be ending a period of time in your job. It's all about reputation. Maybe you are fighting for your reputation. Maybe you're fighting for your status. Maybe you are deciding that you're not staying here because this isn't a place where you should be staying. More, you will feel the boost to act. You will feel the boost to think about where you want to be seen in a while. Also, this is a time when you might think about the energy of what you want to be doing in future, where you want to go and how you want to act. Also, health-wise, you might need to relook at your health during that period. For Libra rising, this is all about 11th house and 9th house. So you might be thinking about education. You might be thinking about a new goal for future, new friendships that can obviously create something very positive. More changes or more pressure on your first child, if you do have one. You might reconnect with the family, and you might decide that you've got new goals for the future, something that you want to be doing. It's all about gaining more money and gaining more strength through whatever you've been doing and where you want to be. So you will decide that maybe a new friend is coming into your life and you want to work with them for the future. For Scorpios rising, this is all about transforming your work, transforming how you're being seen, what sort of boundaries you put, because it does affect your 8th house. This might be a better job, you will be fighting for your reputation, for certain my apologies. You might be reconnected with some friends that you've been with before. You might be thinking about working on yourself. You might be thinking about transforming your goals, your future goals. Maybe you decide that you want to change your job. Maybe you decide you want to transform your job. Maybe you decide you want to transform your relationship, or how you are putting some sort of boundaries to your sexual relationships in a way. There's definitely a change in your life, and there might be some sort of investment that you are doing with your partner. For Sagittarius rising, this is all about cooperating with someone and your relationships in general, because it's making a lovely sex style. You might decide that you want to work with someone. You might decide you want to study with someone. You might decide you want to travel elsewhere. You might change your way of thinking. You might decide to be working with someone. You might decide to basically, with the 9th house, you might decide you want to study. You might decide you found a guru that you want to work with. You might be working with a coach or a mental health, or gaining some more mental health. My apologies, I am first and foremost a mum, so I do have kids at home. For Capricorn rising, this is a time when you might realize, because it's about 8th and 6th house, so you might transform your health routine. You might transform your daily routine. You might get some sort of support. Maybe somebody will be coming through will be giving you some help with children in later on in a later stage. You might realize that somebody might be giving you more energy. You might basically change how you perceive yourself. You might put some sort of boundaries to your workplace. You might decide that working with certain people needs changes. There might be some sort of gains, monetary gains through work. Might be some new contracts coming through. You might be signing a contract that will be giving you more money. You might be relooking at whatever you've been responsible for and working on a business. You might be putting some changes to your habits, both good and bad habits, and it's all about transforming in a way as well. With the 8th house, the energy is happening more on within rather than on the outside. You might not see it straight away, and probably with Mercury being retrograde, you might see it later, but it can also change how you perceive your partner. And there might be some sort of work to do with finances on with the 8th house. Inheritance, you might be working more with inheritance. For Aquarius's rising, this is all about people. This is all about who you want to work with. This is all about your passion, how you want to be perceived by public. Maybe you want to be more seen by public. Maybe you want to be working more with people in general. New relationship can happen. Yes, you might have a new love interest over the period of next 6 months. There might be, because it's linking with the 5th house, it might be a relationship with your children. It might be a partner that you basically connecting or introducing to your children. There might be some sort of changes to how there's some legal battles about your children, about who gets the kids. Working with people, maybe there is a new cooperation on a new project happening around the corner. For Pisces rising, this is all about working on something within home, maybe buying a property, maybe redoing a property, working on some sort of new things. You might be realizing that you need to be helping somebody more within health, or you might have more responsibilities at work. You might be starting something new. There might be changes to how your relationship how your dynamic at home is changing. There might be a need to give somebody help, to give a helping hand. Maybe you'll be supporting somebody on their path. A new job, yes. A new relationship, not necessarily, but a new job, a new responsibility is definitely coming ahead. I'd like to wish you a lovely new moon, and I'll speak to you soon.